yo, what's up everybody? Happy full moon, happy Saturday. Hope y'all are doing great tonight. It's super crispy, couldn't be nicer. What up, Vision? How you doing? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Justin? What's going on, AK John74? Shout outs to Williamsburg. What's up, Two on My Head? Howdy. Hi there, Nancy. Everybody else just joining. Evening to everyone. This edge is just crazy. I just want to zoom in for a second. Right above this region, I think this is Mare Marginis. And it's looking really great because of I guess there's interesting libration tonight. It's pushing these features towards us. So we get to see a bit more of this area. Mare Marginis, Mare Undarum, right now north of Mare Crisium, and Langrenus crater, a large, kind of shallow crater. What's going on, Ellie Wynn? Evening. What's going on? Eat all your fish. Yo, yo. Just getting set up over here. Like right into the zoom shot, because as long as we got it clear, I'm gonna make good use of this good weather. It's amazing. I'm just kind of blown away. So interestingly, the full moon has actually passed in about 4 hours ago was the actual full moon, and then now it's kind of starting to wane already, 99.8%. I was reading some interesting stuff about how it's sort of considered a blue moon because of some sort of equinox cycle, but either way, usually you get a lot of blown out features, but it's looking rather sharp. Alright, so let's keep scrolling down. Right around Tico. Humorum, dead center. Mare Nubium above that. And got the long rays coming out of Tycho, moving our way towards Oceanus Procellarum. Kepler, Aristarchus, Copernicus. Just a quick one right now, then get some wide footage. Alright. It is looking tight. That's awesome, Ellie. Glad you had a nice dinner. Hope everybody's had a good day today. It was a nice, relaxing day in South Florida. Nice, cool breeze. Excuse me. What's going on, Lady Gold? How's the weather faring for everybody out there? Hope you guys and gals have some clear skies to look at. The moon's so low, so we're getting all these different birdies passing by. There's a nice seagull shot earlier. Looked like a giant craft. I'm going to keep the motif going. I've been working on some new tunes. Let this run for a little bit and then start playing some new demos. And this one long jam today from an old riff that I had. I'm sure I played it, at least that little riff, but then I turned it into an entire song today, so that was fun. Sucks, eat all your fish. Kinda blah. What's up, Jackie Joe? Good evening. Justin says hot and crappy in Louisiana. Ellie says weather's been awesome. That's sweet. You're having a good day. It's good to hear. That's always the cue. Let me change this up. What's new? Alright, this is the first tonight of the new demos. Nice, Nancy says beautiful on Long Island, not raining for once. Jackie Joe says nice night in northern New York. Right on. Blue skies like days of yore. Low humidity. Gotta say it's kind of a mix. Always a bit too humid in the evenings, but it cools off. I don't know, maybe it's also sitting in front of these screens. You get some of that EMF radiation. Definitely accentuates the heat. Alright, so this is just a riff. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. I was thinking about trying to like either write a song live or make some new stuff using riffs that I already have recorded, so just gotta get in the song. What else to do? Yeah, this is another one. What's going on, Nicole Reed? Evening, beautiful night indeed. just messing around here. All right, this is more of a complete one. This is called Fly On, and I know some of y'all, my regulars, will probably recognize the main part, but let's see. It's a little bit moody, but I think it's really interesting. So, brand new track. The buzzing stirs overhead. I said I can't believe this is the end. Alright, it's a tad rough, but brand new tunes coming through. Alright, sweet. That's a little, so I started putting together some backing tracks. That's a new drone type backing track for future jams. What's going on, Douglas Perry? How you doing? Just getting in the zone, y'all, warming up a little. Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate that. Tiny bit out. Just gonna get a little more volume here. Let me know if the mix sounds alright, levels wise. Oh, it's 100 days waiting for the sunrise again. Oh, song. I play another song. Oh, 100 days. I knew it was wrong to love you so long. Oh, for the 100 days. I know every night I like to set up some light. Oh, you gotta drift away across the space, you gotta dance across the glassy high. No, you got a friend in space. To make a story like that, it takes some noise. Move around a little bit. Tiny bit on the allergy side, but feeling good, feeling strong. This is that region I was talking about last night. Mari, what is it, Smithy? Let me just double check that, because I dig this feature. Mare Australe. Is it? Where am I looking? That is to the south and a little further. Yeah, Jeans and Mare Australe, which is cool. There's also a mini crater called Brisbane. It's pretty funny. Lyot, Hanno, Hamilton, Oaken. That kind of like tortured regolith. Very cool looking. What's going on, Carolina? Got a friend in space. Got a friend, we got a friend. You got a friend, you got a friend, you got a friend, you got a face, you got a face, you got a friend, you got a friend. Mary says, streamed you last night. You were playing the keyboard. I thought about setting it up. Maybe I should. You know, I will, because that's funny, because I thought of the same thing. It's been a while since I played keys, and I was watching some Bill Evans and some Zappa. And I was thinking, man, I haven't played keys in a while. I should go set it up, but it's in the corner of the room, and maybe I'll set up in a bit. Look at this clarity tonight, it's crazy. Usually you guys and gals know that the full moon is really a wash, but tonight we get extra, I guess because it's probably because it's waning. What I was mentioning earlier is that the full moon actually has already happened, and so now it's moving a little bit further, and so now it's about 99.8 or 99.7%. So we're already in the waning gibbous portion. We're late to the party. As I go around the moon. So Tycho crater looking excellent, especially this left side of it kind of getting a lot of relief on the highlands. Mare Humorum, Mare Nectaris side by side, and that little white crater to the top of the very end of the arcs or the rays called Bullialdus. It's one of those things that I probably will never forget. So, the first time I met Bullialdus. First time I met a crater like that, hanging out by such a prominent feature like that. Yo, what's going on, Light Moon? How you doing? Sincere hook to get me right. Just a hit of that and I'll go on, I'll go on. Dance until the night is come and gone. Give me your love and I'll go on. Sincere hook to get me right, to get me right. Just a hit of that and I'll move on, I'll move on. Dance until the morning plays my song. You've all been your dream. It's all in your dream, Give me a hit of that and I'll go on. Just a little whiskey to get me right, to get me right. Just a dash of love and I'll go on and I'll go on. Dance until the morning plays my song. Hey, what's going on, Jackie? Hey, Douglas Perry, how's it going? Don't you know it's so hard in the eye? It's so hard to be a reflection of your every life. Don't you know it's not goodbye? Don't you know it's not a goodbye? But it's super hard to live inside the eye. Telling me what to do with me. So hard to live inside the eye. All right, break time. Drink time, 2. Whoa. Damn. Sorry, y'all. Apologies for that. Yeah, sorry about that. Guitar cable went crazy. All right, let's put on a track real quick. It's your green window and your violet lips that your chestnut hair with some courage. It's your 9 to 5, baby, kill your lies. Let us sink 5, 6, 7 in your heart's 11. Got your triggles of soul, weight on your bones, coming from the cold. I've been bleeding and living, just been bleeding to living. I've been bleeding and living, just too bleeding to giving. 'Cause it's your weird fine head and your cat so touch and your white-lipped dove that you love so much. Now I know what you do with your hallelujah. I know how you feel with your hallelujah. I know you some bones with your hallelujah. Let's just fuck shit up and call it opportunity. Bleeding and living. clip, yo? All right, that's good. Old coffee. Of course we can drop that. Let's do this. Let's get some energy up here. Permanent lines through my face. All that matters, what's I say. In your dreams, you erupted, got corrupted by the cutlass on the brain. All day stuck in his body, sick of his body, civilized heartaches. All you say, 'cause his place, it seems. That was awesome. So this is a crazy glitch caught live. This is an old MIDI keyboard called the Axiom 49, Axiom Pro 49. And it's got this glitch where where the MIDI actually goes out of tune. And you can hear it. It's kind of a cool effect, but it's just so strange. There's no real fix for it either. Let this moon get away from us. Alright, let's hang out a different area down near Aristarchus. Mare Imbrium first and let it drift downwards. Awesome colors coming out of Mare Imbrium. Plato crater at the top. Maybe Sinus Iridum, yeah. There we go. Yeah, so that's the little piano stuff. Let me see what other sounds I got. Got some experimental sounds. Don't you know we never will? Please don't let me down. Oh, please don't let me down. 'Cause I can't suffer anymore. I can't hold no more doors. I can't wrestle with the truth much longer. Fire, oh, fire, oh, fire. When you with me, until you fire. Oh, that you love me wrong, but we were fire. Oh, we were fire, but we were wrong. Only comes around just once in a lifetime, and then it goes out of tune forever, a lifetime. But now I'm in the mood to spend time on the moon. In this lifetime. That's a cool sound, transistor sound. That's a cool sound too. Oakland organs. Thanks for bearing with me here, just looking for some cool sound, good sound here. That's a little too abrasive. That's kind of cool. Alright, let's add a little filter to that. A little verb. That soft, relaxing vibe. And we'll put a little delay on that. Pretty. Nibiru, what's up, Jersey Dolphins? How's it going? This song is about Nibiru. Oh, get this mic a little closer. All right. I don't know, maybe I'm not a big fan of this sound actually, after all. Mellotron, synthesizer. Whoa, shit, sorry about that. Alright, I'm gonna just stick to some normal stuff here. Oh, that's kind of nice. That's actually not nice. That's not really nice. I don't know. Maybe it's just in the key. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Through this dream, fly away from my sinking body. Got dragged into this place, back from time and space. I was in line for another party. When Mountain came along, she asked me where the hell I thought I was going. Got nothing to hide, and nowhere sounds pretty good to me. I'm in with a dream, I'll make believe the light of the moon come down. But mama, so welcome to the greatest show on earth. It was your lively intervention. You're the favorite since birth, the longest chair in my confession. If you speculate the worth of a lifetime in search of good intentions, find out what to do. If you don't, man, then you're screwed. You'll burn in search of the truth. In the light. Little break time. Little break. It gets very hot over here very quickly. Thanks for listening to me stumble and fumble across the keyboard. It's fun. Definitely suck at it. But I really enjoy playing. Thanks for encouraging me. I'm gonna get myself a little drink refresher. Set this moon back to the center. There we go.
closer the shadows vibrate. Sony's rescue a retourner. Left fixing the foam, mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts. Float, the moon is calling. A souvenir, a Sony's rescue a retourner. Left fixing the foam, mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts. Float, the moon is calling. A souvenir, a Sony's rescue a retourner. Left fixing the foam, mixing your liquids, now you're left for dead. Just pay your debts. Float, a formidable opponent. Angry crackpot, formidable opponent. Dangerous lecture, formidable opponent. You can walk out, formidable opponent. Think you have the choice. Formidable opponent, angry crackpot, formidable opponent. Dangerous lecture, formidable opponent. You can walk out, formidable opponent. Think you have the choice.
What's up, everybody? This goes out to Douglas and all of y'all. Strut. Just doing some nice close-ups here. It's looking amazing. So just gonna keep going.
Boxes and boxes, your infinite toxins, all got something to say. Indestructible ideas are vanishing, aimlessly wandering away. The nation crawls, insatiable, into your nighttime activities, your liberties. What can you say?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Also, I just remembered, as I was looking through, I realized that I want to say thank you to Jackie so much for picking up the music yesterday. Very sweet of you. Hope you enjoy all of it, and honestly, I really want to get some new stuff out there. I've been playing all these demos, but I definitely am going to try and get this album out this year. Something new with like a dozen tracks or so. But yes, very much appreciated. It's so sharp, it's crazy. I'm just like zoning out here, just following the edge. Sharpage. Leo says, how the moon was attracted by our gravitational field if it departs every year. And Justin asked the question that I thought too as well. What is departs? If you can explain that a bit more. If you mean it orbits along an ecliptic, so it goes further in, apogee and perigee along its ecliptic plane, so that could possibly be what you mean. But it seems like all orbits are elliptical, which means like a stretched circle. It's also very likely that the moon's magnetic field also attracts Earth, so it's kind of in this real stasis between the two poles of, I guess, the ether around it, and then, or the space around it, and Earth's pole, but the moon also has its own magnetic field that intersects. Here's some pareidolia right under Kepler crater, which is top left. You got like a kind of ceremonial mask. Almost looks like it's Mayan or Aztec. Really excellent detail under Kepler. Kind of see its own trapezoidal plateau. Pulling up on Aristarchus, Schroeder's Valley, Aristarchus Plateau, Herodotus is the head of the snake, and then really excellent relief on the, what am I going to call them? I guess tendrils, electrical scarring. In common terminology, they're referred to as rays, but it's always such a weird term. It never really looks like a ray to me. It definitely looks like a scar or a filament. Also pretty great detail inside Aristarchus crater. You can see a little bit of the left-hand side. Aristarchus, got a few stray, like broken craters, Prins, and then Ivan, got Montes, what is this? Montes Harbinger Mountains, and then Rima Krieger. These are all these little features to the north. And then further we got the beginnings of Sinus Iridum. You can really see how like the different colors between Mare Imbrium to the right and Sinus Iridum, the Bay of Rainbows, has this kind of much cooler, browner soil. And to the right, it's probably different kind of makeup of iron levels and different ore levels, but it's crazy. I'm not really sure why it either looks blue or brown, but it's great. I mean, I feel like the areas always have their same colors, but like why they're like that is not beyond me, but I've seen some explanations, but it seems so incredible that we see it that way. It's always referred to as it's just like that, but it's still pretty incredible. Just because you can say something is like that doesn't ruin the excitement and the awe. Sinus Iridum, and then Montes Recti, Montes Tenerife, Pico, little chicken foot mountains, south of Plato Crater, north of Mare Imbrium. Hey, you're welcome, Jackie, all of y'all. I'm so happy to share this. Nothing better for me to do on a Saturday night. Got Floss Crater. No, what is that? Philolaus. And Poncelet. Consulate. What else we got? I love this little feature right in the center. It's like a little birdie with the two dark eyes and the little beak. Strange pareidolia. take a look and see if Jupiter is starting to come up. And indeed it is. I think we can take a look at Jupiter shortly. That'll be great. Perhaps Saturn even. Is tonight really going to be a great trifecta? We shall see. Alright, zoom in here between Serenity and Tranquility. Got this extremely bright white crater. That is Menelaus. And then it's got that question mark feature that we were looking at yesterday. And underneath the question mark is, what is it? Menelaus. So Menelaus underneath the question mark, and above it is Menelaus. Very interesting learning about this region. It almost looks like the Mario cube with the question mark on it. Ever so strange. And I assume that those two craterlets are actually glowing because of like either off-gassing or the sunlight glinting off the edges of the craters themselves. But it also seems like they are kind of glowing. So I wonder if it's either the lunar regolith glowing in the sunshine, in the like solar radiation, or if it's also like a combination of both, kind of glinting and glowing. I'm seeing strange faces, so yeah. Strolling across the moon. Alright, let me change this tune. Yeah, really nice and clear. Is it getting dark? What happened? Yeah, I feel like it's gonna start hitting the window in a second. But I still got some great views here. Let me know if you guys want me to pick a certain spot and look at it. I'm just kind of picking at random. Let's take a look at this Langrenus crater. Probably one of the better views this year. This is a very large crater. South of, well, right now it's kind of to the right of Mare Fecunditatis, Sea of Fecundity. Should be able to see Messier A and B as well. The kind of two craterlets with the long rays. But this whole region, again, is full of those rays. So like either impacts kind of rolling across the surface. I just don't know what those are, really. It's very interesting to me. I feel like they definitely look like they could be things that kind of like impacts that hit the moon on the side and kind of just rolled for a while or streaked through the mud. But it could also be something slower, perhaps. I don't know, those features are ever so confusing. I think I'm getting a little aberration on the... I guess it could be due to the window, but it might be the weather as well. A little bit of heat. Mare Crisium is looking excellent. You can kind of see the different levels of the land, the darker regions. And then as it goes up, you see this whole inlet, almost like a little city. Super great. This area is called Harker and Imart K. There's this little mare to the top left. It almost looks like the little helicopter or like magic lamp almost. Just the long, darker strip above Mare Crisium. That is called Mare Anguis, maybe Mare Anguis. 130 kilometers by 30. says sinuous and lengthened plane along the northeast rim of Mare Crisium. And then to the right of that is like that little city, that's Amart. I'm looking for other names. Al-Hazan, there's Harker, there's Promotorium. And then above that, there's this region. What is that? That's Mare Marginis. There's Goddard Crater. There's Hansen Crater. Condorcet Cannon. And then this is kind of rare. Right at the middle of the screen, there's Hubble Crater. That's kind of a first that I pointed out, I guess, on stream. Yeah, like Nazca Lines, Lost Brooklyn. Thanks, Douglas. Yeah, let me know if you have any requests of music, too. Just playing some stuff. Alright, Proclus, Proclus, this very bright craterlet at the mouth of Mare Crisium. The two little craterlets are Pierce and Picard, the kind of darker ones that look like the crab eyes. Cool little letter pareidolia at the bottom that always looks like high, like the edge of a continent in the ocean. Posidonius crater, the rim of Mars Serenity. Super good zooms tonight, but I'm gonna get some wide shots before the moon disappears. So this is camera direct to scope. I'm getting a really close-up shot here. That's why it's filled up the screen, but look at that color. Got the 3 Mare, and I'm gonna get a little snack. Yo, what's up, y'all? So it looks like a bit of a bug or something happened to the front of the scope. It got real dirty real quick. Got a ton of new spots that didn't exist like 10 minutes ago. I don't know if y'all can see them, but that is a bunch of gunk. I'm not sure if like a bug got inside the scope or maybe something splashed on the front of it. But anyway, getting this moon, losing the view right now. It's about to disappear above the windowsill, but I see Jupiter pretty clearly, so I'm going to switch over there momentarily. So we'll say goodnight to our full moon, or waning moon at this point. I'll keep the camera without the focal reducer for Jupiter, so I can see a close-up. Pretty excited. I'm gonna pull it up on Stellarium and see what the moon config is looking like. Yep, all 4 moons showing tonight. Ganymede, Io, Europa, Callisto there at the top. And no red storm yet. Let's see if it's gonna happen tonight. Maybe like a moth got into the scope and started fluttering around, but that is a real pain. All right, what do we got over here? Yeah, what's going on, Wayne? Didn't see you over there, or just saw you over there, rather. All right, Luna is out for the night. 2 hours on the dot. That's pretty cool. All right, let's head over to Jupiter. Jupy. Alright, so we got a little Jupiter in view. I think it's still like rising, of course, but I think also the weather's changing a little bit, getting a bit more distortion than I thought I would. But still pretty wibbly wobbly Jupiter. It's always amazing. And as I posted in the channel, its bottom left was Ganymede, and then the top 3 moons were Io, Europa, and Callisto to the top right. Let's settle here and see if we get some sharpness. Yo, what's going on, Gloria Content? Welcome. Thanks, Light Moon. Yo, take it easy, Leo. Have a good night. Thank you. Yeah, just trying to set up this shot. Full screen jupes. It's crazy. Hope y'all are enjoying this like I am. Still a little bit dispersed, but it's looking better and better every second. So I got the 3x Televue Barlow going, which is like an eyepiece that goes between the camera and the scope, and it's looking like there's really enough light coming through. And once the atmospheric dispersion chills, we're gonna get some nice detail on the bands. All right, I have so many versions of that. All right, let's do this song, different song. Yo, what's up, Mr. Skunk? How's it going? What's up, Prow? Welcome, y'all. Came at a good time. Unfortunately, the moon is passed above the window, but we got some jupes. Looking real nice with a 3x magnifier. Pretty incredible. I'm just like reveling in the image right now. It's 11:30 and Jupiter is coming up earlier and earlier. Try and get a shot of Jupiter tomorrow night as well. Let's see if we can get a nice shot of the red storm. As you can tell, there's also some wind going. Nice breeze though, gosh, it's pretty sweet. Yeah, check it out, it's getting nice and clear over here. You can see almost, I want to say it's the shadow of Io on the top right corner. There's a bit of a shadow looking, I think it's the moon. So I gotta delicately keep it in center. I mean, the tracking is alright, but with a 3X, it's really delicate. Junk Finger Jimmy, thanks. Welcome. Yeah, just trying to keep it steady over here. Enjoying this amazing shot. Got some jams going. Moving to the funky part of the show. The funky wind down. Yo, Jackie, have a great night. I'm glad you enjoyed. Besos a todos. Oh, besos a ti. A ti. See you soon. Catch you on the next one. And thanks again for getting those tracks. Much appreciated. Junk Finger Jimmy says, have I seen any unknown objects lately? In all honesty, I haven't seen a lot of crazy stuff lately. Used to be pretty pretty often, but I guess it's because I'm streaming less. Yeah, nothing really of note, to be honest. But again, it's one of those things where when I'm streaming, there's so much to take care of with the music and like reading the chat room, and speaking coherently. I really find myself often drifting off a sentence just because like I'm trying to spot the picture out of one side of my eye, and then I'm looking at the music on the left side and then reading the chat room. That's a lot. But very enjoyable. Trying to play some new stuff lately. These are things I'm working on. That's why they go nowhere. This could become something good, I'm sure. I don't know. Yo, thanks Ellie. I appreciate that. It's such a crazy journey. I feel like I think about it sometimes like, will I ever stop? As long as I have the setup, I think I'm gonna keep doing it when I can. I was watching a few videos today about the whole like return to the moon in 2024. And we'll see, it feels like 5 years has passed since I had lots of these discussions about, oh, we're gonna go, for sure we're gonna go to the moon. And I'm just like, let's see. Let's see what's going on. It would be amazing, but 2024 is far away. They always tend to cancel these missions. What planet am I from? I think I probably came out of the mushrooms of Earth, sprouted. The mycelium network. I don't even know like what the planets are so incredible. I can't even begin to imagine that I arrived on Earth, but rather I just exist somehow. Mr. Skunk says, where's the flat Jupiter crowd? Exactly, where's the curve? I don't see any curvature on Jupiter. Oh, whoops. There we go, we got like a lot more clarity right now since it's risen a bit more past the heat waves. I mean, I was looking at also the pictures of Jupiter from the Juno missions, and those are just incredible, the swirling storms, and you wonder if really there's a surface underneath creating all these different electromagnetic hotspots and swirling storms underneath. I feel like, I wonder if it would be possible to see like aurora or the poles of Jupiter a bit better in darker skies. It's unlikely here, but one day it would be nice to get a much like bigger shot of Jupiter. Wayne Donay says, we are the culmination of all our ancestors. I wonder if we're the culmination of all the thoughts in the universe, and somehow humanity and culture is tapped into this existing unconsciousness, and we just kind of, in the same way you write a song or you write poetry or do any art, for example, and you tap into this conscious art form, and then we pass it among each other. I mean, Wayne is talking about Birkeland currents and plasma, which I totally am on board with. And also, even further than that, what I was going to say is that we're sitting in the magnetic field of Jupiter right now, and on top of that, we're also optically, I guess, sharing the particles coming from Jupiter and focusing them on a piece of glass, and then transferring them through all these different networks to all your eyeballs and earballs. It's just a really magnificent existence that we have here. Bon nuit, Mary. Whoa, that's loud. Bon nuit, bon nuit. Till next time. Thanks so much for hanging out again. Catch you on the next one. Have a great day tomorrow, too. Have an awesome Sunday. Yeah, Wayne talks about, says, could that be the Akashic record or the Akashic record? Yeah, that's, I feel like this whole kind of, the ability to reinterpret ufology and aliens through the understanding of plasma cosmology is really interesting. So yeah, Akashic record could easily be the ether, the conscious dielectric medium that we exist in. And therefore, things like, outer body experience and multidimensional understanding and like swimming through different dimensions is something that really is natural, simply because we are in this fully, maybe possibly holographic, but definitely conscious medium, and we're like little node points on it, collecting information and then spitting out information, and then groups of us can do it too. Vision says we could call it the World Wide Web. Is that neb taken? Is that name taken? Yeah, I think www. It's funny though, because there's always these references to spiders as well, and interconnected filaments could really be like all the different conspiracies, really, if you look at it through plasma and filamentary structures and symmetry, supersymmetry, geometry, hexagons, etc. You'll kind of see that a lot of things that were interpreted as humanoid or anthropomorphized were actually just shapes of plasma and things our ancestors saw. And it makes so much more sense to think that like the sky is exactly the way it is. It functions properly, and our ancestors actually recorded astronomical events, and that's really where our history comes from. It's really empowering. Yo, what's up, Genghis Khan? Thank you. I've been trying to hold this steady shot over here. We got the 3x magnifier in there. You getting a really full screen shot of Jupiter is no easy feat. Yeah, what's up there, Ben? Nice to see you. Yeah, tetrahedrons as well. After listening to a lot of Ken Wheeler, Theoria Apotheosis's website, YouTube channel, and all his videos about magnetism and the dielectric force, the dielectric medium, or ether, I kind of look at all these planets and the moon and Earth with those geometries in mind. So when I'm looking at Jupiter right now, I see this hourglass shape in the center of Jupiter, spitting out energy with magnetic fields kind of coiling, what you could call Birkeland currents, like twisting, like the two snakes of the caduceus or DNA, and so on and so forth. All these archetypes kind of reinforce the same paradigm. And then on the outskirts of Jupiter, you have the magnetic fields creating this recursive flow around a toroidal shape, like a torus donut. And so I constantly, now that I look at things from that perspective, and I believe in it myself so strongly, that really looking at stars and planets, everything really has its own field, its aura, its filaments coming out of it, its magnetic field, its interaction with the ether and the dielectric medium, consciousness. I never leave out consciousness because we are part of it. If we can't, we always, there's this really strange notion in pop sci about how the human race is separate from all our surroundings and space. It's just the human race and everything else, but really we're not different from it. So we have our own, hey Les Brooklyn, take it easy. Thanks for hanging out, as always. Yeah, so the whole idea with gravity, becomes very, there's a lot of stigma around it, but really gravity just is a way to explain certain types of interaction of magnetic fields. And then if we take it from there, then it becomes a lot less stigmatized and a lot less aggressive when you talk about gravity existing or not existing. I feel like the whole conspiracy world takes these things so personally. But in fact, all these things can be explained in a fundamental paradigm if you look at it as everything is connected, which it seems like it is. Wayne says electromagnetic energy is 10 to the 36th power stronger than gravity. Yep. I mean, it's definitely been measured at very intense rates. Sorry, I'm trying to do a lot of things at once. But I don't know, sometimes I think about it, is it really the speed of light or magnetism or gravity, or is it really the speed of consciousness and perception? One part of the entire picture that is never really discussed in detail is what is this whole thing with optics, the vanishing point, what is focus? Why is focus, and what, for example, I do it all the time where I change the focus on the telescope. Our eyes don't do that. Sometimes, they'll go a little bit out of focus, but telescopes can really show you this idea that there's a wash of light coming towards us right now. And it doesn't look like Jupiter or the moon or the stars. It just looks completely like a wash of pure white light. And somehow the scope goes to a certain point where Jupiter, the detail or what we call the detail of Jupiter appears. But isn't that just a crazy thing that at a certain point things come into focus, and it's always talked about as aliens this and flat earth that, and you're an idiot this, but no one really talks about what are optics, what is the eye doing, how does it see, what is it seeing, what is seeing, Why do we just take optics for granted is really what I'm saying. So when I looked into optics on YouTube, you can you'll see this, the rabbit hole doesn't go very deep, it's very kindergarten level. You'll see all these different like explanations for how the eye works. But really further than that, you can imagine that for me holds up a lot of discussion about things like curvature, about the shape of things, about who things are, what things are, holography, because consciousness is tied to this thing called perception. What is perception? Justin says, no proof of mass attracting mass here on Earth. But it's not even really like that. I think like we do have this idea, it's just a reinterpretation of it. Think about it, if the Earth is magnetized and electrified and the moon is also electrified and magnetized, they'd be attracting and pulling on one another. So there is this semblance, what we perceive or have been calling gravity is easily interaction between magnetic fields. It doesn't, I know I sound reductionist, but it actually seems that simple. Because you know, one, the science behind it has been done, and two, you really don't see objects have their own gravity. but things are magnetized. Almost everything is magnetized and has a field. And if you ever really want to like, I guess I'm kind of regurgitating what Theoria says, but Ken says something really great. He says like, you really want to stump your mathematicians, ask them about field theory. And it's true, like you look up field theory videos and there's not a lot of discussion in pop sci culture about field theory. Looking up some other tunes. Man, Jupiter's getting nicer by the second. Now it's finally getting some sharpness on the upper bands. Where sort of like to the top right, actually. All that area is getting sharp. Alright, now checking back in the chat room. I was just like going off on a little rant. Electric universe theory blew my mind, says Mr. Skunk. Isn't it crazy? I mean, I've said it a lot before, it's not the be-all, end-all, but it's definitely a great place to start. You hear that wind? That's the wind rustling. Pretty great. Yeah, Electric Universe has really allowed me to reinterpret the world in a great way. You know, even if some of the stuff they say is also limiting in a way because they don't talk about they really don't, there isn't a lot of discussion about the redshift, even though they've mentioned Halton ARP and intrinsic redshift a bunch. It's not really, like, it's such a powerful, dare I say, debunking of intrinsic redshift, because he really has a lot of examples. Halton ARP, the astronomer who died recently. And so he discovered that redshift was actually a measure of age, rather, and not distance. And so I feel like Thunderbolt's project could really take that very, very far, but they don't. But I can't say that they haven't mentioned it. Similarly, like, I feel like, I don't know why, you know, a lot of people don't want to work together, I get it. Wayne says, your eye is the most direct interface to your mind. It's true, but as I was saying that, I was thinking of blind people, you know, and people who lose sight, regain sight. You know, you can really, like, perception itself, like feeling things, smelling things, tasting things, but when it comes to looking out at space, of course, optics really have a lot to do with what's going on, and for me it's mind-bending as to really think about what's happening there, and so it almost limits all these other conspiratorial explorations, because, you know, what's the point when you're not even sure if you're seeing things or what you're seeing and how you're seeing. Vision says, this means we're bipolar. Yeah, and magnetically bipolar. Ellie, they say the gut is like a brain. My thoughts on that are sometimes that like maybe the bacteria and the mycelium are actually brilliant and they run the bodies, so we're like hosts for bacteria. That could possibly be it. So Earth has evolved beyond human races and the mushrooms have taken over the bodies as hosts. Possible. Wayne says, Stephen Crothers, love that guy, mathematical physicist does presentations for Thunderbolts Project. Yeah, I have links in my videos, almost every stream I have the same links, but it's Stephen Crothers talking about relativity, Pierre-Marie Robitaille, Sky Scholar, talking about the hydrogen, liquid metallic hydrogen sun with a crystal lattice and a surface. And then the fact that black holes and the Big Bang really are antithetical to their own understanding of math and are antithetical to the fundamental laws of thermodynamics. That's Stephen Crothers. And then Donald Scott from Electric Universe talks about the electric sun model and electric stars. But another big part of Thunderbolts and Electric Universe or plasma, or I don't want to say it's, they call it catastrophism, and I guess it could be interpreted that way, but really it's just about interaction with space, and I guess it's catastrophic in some cases. But Peter Mungo Jupp talks about instant fossilization and rarefaction and alchemical transmogrification of elements. For example, silicates turning into, what was it? Essentially, human body flesh turning into silicate and glass and rocks and crystals in an instant. And so they talk about like what possibly could have created that, and we see that happening. It could have happened on many different scales, from the point of. Let me just chill this music out for a sec. Yeah, so how fossilization happened and petrified trees and almost, it's coupled with, I guess, how lightning could have shaped the planet. And so that's really fascinating, because if you had these massive discharges in between the moon and Earth, or Mars and Earth, or as they say, maybe possibly Saturn or Jupiter and Earth, then things like the Grand Canyon could have been carved out in much shorter periods of time. And things like, the nitrogen in the atmosphere could have been different, gravity on Earth could have been different, the size of Earth could have been different. We have to rethink science in ways that we haven't thought about before. Because we can also look at the moon through the telescope and see all these incredible formations that really, you could consider that they happen through bombardments and meteor impacts, but really a lot of them look very much like carved surface features, And similarly, you have laboratory experiments that can actually create these craters using discharge. And we haven't seen similar ballistic experiments that create craters that look like those on Ceres and the Moon and Mars, for example. Justin Lee says, Dr. Jill Taylor's book, A Stroke of Insight, will give you some good insight into our consciousness. Wayne says, comets are not dirty snowballs. That's a good reminder. That's a very powerful piece of evidence as well, because we have pictures of these comets, and for a lot of years, I guess since the beginning, it's been speculated that these are like giant snow-covered, ice-covered objects coming from very far, like outside our solar system, entering our solar system, or potentially occurring from some certain, billions of years ago, and then coming close to the sun and sublimating and creating this comet tail that we see. However, with same thing with asteroids and meteors. And so now we have pictures of these things, and they're very dry and rocky. They look like mountains here on Earth. And these kind of filamentary structures that looked like ice melting with really poor telescopes, now that we can see it up close, we got these filamentary plasma wisps coming off of these objects that look very much like plasma and not like ice sublimating. So I think the whole comets are not dirty snowballs is a very powerful piece. Especially because comets are, possibly, it goes much deeper, because you have comet interaction with the sun and creating these flare-ups and potentially like larger comets that don't exist now or that existed in some previous ancestral period, interacted with the sun, creating massive solar flaring. Other ideas include that, Venus originally was a very, very large comet, and that's why it's very hot, and the surface is really almost youthful, considering what the speculative science would have said. That's where Velikovsky comes in, when he talks about the age of Venus and how I forget, what is it, the Mariner mission? Maybe the Mariner was Mars, but one of the missions that went to Venus realized that the surface was completely unpredicted by popular science, but completely predicted by Velikovsky, who was a proponent of the electric universe. Yo, what's up, more Jello, please? How you doing? Sorry, I'm looking all over the place. Just saw ya. What's up, Jello? Wayne says, sonoluminescence is caused by implosion, hotter than the surface of the sun and water from two dissimilar audio frequencies focused in on one space. Yeah, I did some research back in the day on sonoluminescence. They have that whole Star in a Jar documentary, and then they have the tiny like pincher shrimp that snap their claws underwater and create these little cavity bubbles, where they're almost like little super hot points of energy. And it's fascinating that etheric plasma, which is all of space essentially, that holds everything together, is almost like a liquid in a way. And so there could be definite like discharges from quasars, or planetary or what they see as black holes spitting out matter, or quasars like lighthouses spinning at these ridiculous RPMs. These could be, I'm trying to keep my train of thought here. This could be matter, damn, I lost my train of thought. Anyway, it's really wacky. Star in a jar, yeah, this could be the sonoluminescence, right? Yeah, this could be little parts of space collapsing on itself within the dielectric medium or ether, creating like sonoluminescent explosions at a cosmic scale. Thus, I'm just totally speculating here, but this was the way my mind thinks. That's what quasars could be, or that's how stars could be born. So I feel like these stars, like the nodes on networks, kind of grow like pearls on long strands through cosmic space. These all could be created because of cavitational collapses along these filamentary nodes. So you could bring in sonoluminescence into this whole idea of galaxy formation, quasar formation. But I really, like I said earlier, I think it's very fascinating, the whole Halton ARP thing, tying that together a bit more closely. I feel like there's so little research done on that front. If you type in Halton ARP into YouTube, you still have the same videos there were 5 years ago. A couple more people on the electric front have talked about it a bit more, but you see that crazy atmospheric turbulence on Jupiter right now? It's going a little wacky. the other part of the electric universe that they don't talk, or Thunderbolt's project doesn't make videos on, things like, you know, let's say light doesn't travel. Let's say light is in the dielectric ether, in the dielectric medium, and it's perceived by consciousness. And so there's no speed of light. Therefore, you know, what happens to measurements in space? And that would be a great episode to see. Like, I have all sorts of speculative ideas, but really it would be great to hear, you know, Donald Scott or Wal Thornhill talk about, you know, distance in space and advance the whole Halton-Arps intrinsic redshift debate. Wayne says, University of Australia discovered plasma tubes around Earth that affect the telluric currents in the Earth's crust, all caused by solar radiation. Sure. Says, well, I'm glad we don't have to argue about it. Well, quasars, pulsars are electrical discharges not caused by rotation, but capacitance. Yep. I'm still learning all about that stuff, but I definitely think that's more logical than our current understanding. Alright, y'all, I think I'm getting a little tired here. So, going on about 3-hour stream. It's been super fun. Sunday already. And I was hoping to get a little bit of Saturn, but it's not up yet. I'm going to take a look, and if there's some Saturn, I'm going to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to wind it down here. I know we got a lot of people in the chat. Appreciate it. Hope y'all are still chilling, hanging out. A lot of the stuff I've been talking about is linked in the description of my video. So go give it a look, and especially the stuff, really what intrigues me the most is Mr. Too Tough 2, Billy Yelverton doing the electric discharge in the laboratory, like showing crater formation and dunes and all that stuff happening very quickly using high voltage. So check out that stuff as well. All right, little break time. everybody. Yeah, so I'm not seeing Saturn just yet. Looks like it's still rising. Maybe another 30 minutes, but yeah, I'm gonna take a little break here. Got a little fried on the computer. Need to take a walk around the block. Have a little cig, and I might come back online if Saturn is looking this good. I'll keep that 3x in there. But in case I don't, I hope you all have an excellent Sunday. I think I might skip tomorrow and stream on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, possibly. Tomorrow I might catch Jupiter late, but I got some plans. Alright, that's it for me. Thanks Light Moon, thanks Wayne, great talk, Mr. Skunk, Los Brooklyn, Genghis Khan, Justin Nee, Ellie Wynn, awesome to have you. Vision, as always. Junkfinger Jimmy, got Dapple Ben, Cognition Wings, hey, sorry I missed you earlier, if you're still there. Gloria Compton, thanks. I know Mary was here, Prow, Carolina, Jackie, all you good people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me know if I missed you. Otherwise, yeah. I'll make some snacks. See what the night holds. Alright, catch you on the other side, everybody. Bye.